I need the whole left side. Every seat by the window, I need the whole back of the bus. Everybody, move over. You too, slide your feet over. Everything by this window, I need this. All these seats. Move over, thank you. Excuse me, thank you. Look. He deserve an EGOT, he hot, colored like a peacock. Idiot, slapper, scrapper, mad rapper, D-dot. Bad dopper, clapper, bad rapper. 3 shots, lethal weapons, lethal injections throughout your T-top. JFK smiling down through the treetops. Like hold your head, my nigga, wait for the beat drop. Old niggas wagging fingers like it's bebop. Cowboys and girls whistling world like it's teapots. My pen to make your arm heavy G-shot. While your mom trolling steady. Lights up, mics up. Let's get these likes up. Good morning. This, that, and the third morning show. Another morning, another day. We are live. Good morning. I am here 8 a.m., 8:08, 8:07-ish. We are here bright and early. Good morning. The Gidget, Chris Man in the building. Tom G in the building. Candy of the Lands, Jinxie. Sosa, listen, early, what's today? Wednesday? That's what they saying? Early Wednesday morning, I put breakfast on your table. What's good, guys? I don't know if you were up last night with me. Good morning, Mary. Good morning, Prime Time. Good morning, Nisi. I got a cousin named Nisi. Good morning, Damon. Who else in here? What else going on? What else we got going on? All right, homebody in the building. Everything's good today, right? I feel like it's good. Good morning, right? Damon said, last time I came this early, she never spoke to me again. Bump. We needed that dad joke. How you guys doing today? I hope it's good. Flash, Burnt, Tiff, Richard. Listen, I don't know if you were up with me last night. Miss Hummus, good morning. I don't know if you guys were up with me last night, but I did a live about 2 hours last night. Right? Thank you for the super chat. Sosa said, my ninja, damn, 509. Wow, you on the West Coast time. Give or take, right? Something like that. Close. Listen, I did a live last night. Iron Wheel in the building. Jinxie said I was, but it's time for me to make coffee, go downstairs to my office and start the day. That's what I'm here for. That's why I got up this morning. For the people who are going to have their coffee, start their day. I'm here to help start the day. Right? Renee Brown, Nikki, right? Let me see who else. Bethany, good morning. Homebody. See, I see the Amazon came through with the new equipment. Nope. Fixed it. Fixed it. What's good? No handle in the building. So, gang, I got to talk about something. First of all, last night, I don't know who was up with me. I see a lot of people that was up with me last night. I did a live last night because Lupe once again crashed the chat. Run the jewels, Jinxie. I appreciate you for the jewels. Sunshine jewels. I love it. That's one of my favorite memes. My favorite jewels, the sunshine. Right? All things Tam in the building. Gail in the building. So I did the live last night about Lupe crashing Torre and King Green stream after he said he was done crashing streams. He said you weren't going to be hearing from good old Lupe for a long time after he left that company man, after he left Culture United. Left my guys in shambles over there. Salute to my guy Company Man. It's going to be all right. I watched his video last night where he addressed it. I advise you guys to go watch it. Salute, it's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. But he went on Rap Latte because he had a bone to pick with us And he wanted us to know, under no uncertain terms, he did not bring up Nas's name in that live stream with Culture United. Some of which he said, some of them in that stream were laymen in regards to hip hop conversations, and he had to basically, for lack of a better word, kind of dumb it down so they can understand his hip hop lingo. So I did a live last night, just picking through. I discussed how we got there, right? Renee Brown, Run the Jewels. I discussed how we got there, and I discussed that he did bring up Nas. He didn't bring up Nas, but he did say what he said, that Nas wouldn't be a high level. He wouldn't be considered high level tier in regard to punchlines, in regard to lyricism as a whole. And what I noticed in revisiting that stream that he jumped on with on the Rap Latte stream, I realized that he didn't change anything he said about Nas. He didn't change anything. He just reiterated that it was a super chat that brought Nas up. It wasn't him. He just wanted you guys to know that because he had to catch a flight. He had to take a shower and catch a flight. So he was on the stream about 15 minutes or more. 17 minutes, I think. And he kept reiterating that he had to leave, but he wanted them to pull up the clip. Not the clip that was circulating on Twitter. He wanted everybody to see the clip raw in full from Culture United. And he wanted to show us all that it was a super chat that brought Nas into the equation. Well, Lupe, it wasn't a good idea because all you did was reiterate that your idea of lyricism 100% revolves around punchlines. Metaphors, similes, punchlines, entendres, technical stuff. He ain't really here for the sensitive stuff, the feeling stuff. Stories don't really seem to do much for him. Right? Substance, you can keep that. He wants the punchlines. So that's what I got out of that whole 17 minutes of him trying to explain the Nas thing. He didn't even explain it away. You would have thought him jumping on Rap Latte's live talking about rap, he would have explained better what he meant about Nas. All he did was explain that he got his name from a Nas song with the Firm Fiasco, and that he's a champion of Nas. He loves Nas. But he still reiterated everything he said, that Nas would rank poorly amongst lyricists. And if you really dig deep into what he's saying, it sounds like he's more fashioning people like Chino XL, who is a spitter, but for his money, sound like he's a Chino XL Razzcast kind of guy. Now, he probably could elaborate and make that sound better, right? Did I say? I didn't say Firm Fiasco. I think that's what I meant to say. That the song was Firm Fiasco that he got it from the album, the Firm album. So maybe he could reiterate it better. That if given more time, he could explain better that he didn't mean that he didn't like all this touchy-feely stuff. But that's what he kind of said. He was like, we got to negate the words that invoke feelings because all words invoke feelings, so we can't give you credit for invoking feelings. He said this, gang, I'm just the messenger, right? So he jumped on that live and he tried to clear his name. To me, didn't clear it. Didn't clear it at all. All he did was prove what we already know, is that a super chat started that conversation. He went 17 minutes, kept showing you, see, it was a super chat, but it's not about the super chat. It's what you said to the super chat. You agreed with the super chat and you elaborated on it. So I did a whole live about that, 2 hours. Check that out when you get around to it, right? He obviously would not touch on anything Kendrick related. He actually left the live right after, soon as King Green unfortunately said, in regards to Kendrick, he was like, I'm out. I didn't bring his name up, so he don't want none of that smoke. Just like when Jim Jones had got everybody worked up saying something about Nas, and in the very next interview after that week of everybody turning into him, I think it was wow, who homeboy that went on he went on his platform. I can't remember his name right now. He's a rapper out of New York. He tried to bring up Nas, and Jim Jones was like, no, don't bring up Nas. Don't bring up Nas. I can't remember his name. You guys know who I'm talking about. It's the same thing. They don't want to talk about, he don't want to talk about Kendrick no more, just like Jim Jones. Did not want to talk about Nas after that rough week he had when he said that he was more influential than Nas. So yeah, he got shocked right now. He's in some PTSD about Kendrick, and he didn't really want no smoke. And Tam is right. Nas recently called Kendrick the North Star. A lot of the Drizzy fans lost their mind, right? But Kendrick is a North Star in hip hop. He's one of the few people at his level that is doing hip hop the way you're supposed to do it, right? Andre 6000 said, ain't the only way to be lyrical, just the easiest to recognize. And that is a fact. That is, lyricism is way deeper than punchlines. I know we got caught up, especially in the late 90s. Let's just be honest. We got a little caught up in punchline, right? And it is what we love. Nothing against punchlines, right? We got caught up, though. Especially after Cannabis came through and shook. Like, Cannabis shook rap, gang. We can't even take nothing from him. Cannabis literally shook the rap game. When Cannabis grabbed the mic and them punchlines, he was scientifical. This guy was brilliant. Cannabis was brilliant, right? He was taking that army lingo, mixing it with that space lingo, mixing it with that street lingo. His punchlines were immaculate, and he changed the game. And people didn't want to hear, right? He made rappers like, he made really good rappers like Redman and Mr. Cheeks of the Lost Boys. He get on record with them, eat them both. So we got caught up in punchlines. I must admit, Cannabis is part of that. For a time, it was good. But that is not the only thing that we think about, right? We think about, we don't just think about punchlines. And Lupe was heavy on the punchline talk, and he was it sounded like, even though he likes Nas and respects Nas, he really was just saying, I don't think he ranks high as a lyricist, because he doesn't, when you peel that back, he's saying he doesn't have that wow factor. He's not wowing us with punchlines. Couch Potatoes in the building, right? And I said that last night on the stream, Chris, man. I said Big L was a huge punchline rapper. And I said punchlines have a ceiling. They have a ceiling in hip hop. Yes, punchlines are great. But you name 10 punchline rappers, and I'll show you 10 rappers that are really good, but they don't achieve as much as rappers with substance. There is no punchline duo that reached the levels of an Outkast, right? There is no punchline rapper that reached the levels of a Kendrick, right? It doesn't happen. There is no punchline rapper that reached the level of a Tupac or a Jay-Z. They're great, and we love it, and that's cool. But when you start talking classic albums, it ain't many punchline rappers. Yes, Redman has made classic albums. We get that. But at the end of the day, in history of rap, punchline rappers gonna serve a purpose. But you gotta have more substance to it. And him rating punchlines, metaphors, and similes so high, I said that he's starting to quantify that as good rap or bad rap. And you can't teach that to kids. You can't teach that to people, that punchlines are the end all be all. Like I keep saying, I said it on Twitter, it's like taking basketball, the NBA, and saying Allen Iverson has a great crossover, therefore he's better than most people because of the crossover. That's not true. You need a lot more to be a great basketball player, and you need a lot more to be a great rapper. And then I went so far as to say, I don't think Lupe is a better lyricist than Kendrick, like he's been saying for the last decade. I think you got to resonate with people, and I think Lupe started to not resonate the way he needed to. He was Doc before Doc got here. Okay, he was Doc, let's be honest. Before Kendrick got here, it was Lupe.
But he got a little frustrated with his label. They were pupperizing him, making him do songs he didn't want to do. Even though the records went massive, they were right. That's the part he's not understanding. They were right. They were giving him big records. He wouldn't be Lupe without the big records that his label fed him. They fed him the beat and the hook of his biggest records. And he's resentful for that. Chris Man said, Big L, Cassidy, Fabulous, Lloyd Banks, Wayne, and Big Sean are punchline rappers. And Wayne is the one rapper on that list that people call legendary. Let's just be honest. Let's be honest. Look at that list. That list gets love. Big L, Cassidy, Fabulous. Fab gets love. Right? Lloyd Banks gets love. Banks just dropped an album last year. He get love. But who on that list besides Wayne is known for classics? And Big Sean's fighting uphill battle every single time he drops for respect every single time. Every time Big Sean drops, he's trying to gain respect all over again. All over again. It's not sustained. It rises and falls with every single. Right? It is what it is. Couch Potatoes in the building. Chapo. Purple Haze. Lupe was trying to narrow down the definition of lyricism to make himself better than Dot and others. The jealousy and bitterness exudes from this guy. He has no substance. Right? I think this is CeeLo. Said, you can't be a great lyricist if the audience does not understand your lyrics. And I struggled with that for years. I used to get super intricate when I was younger. Super intricate. I opened up the dictionary, find words, and da-da-da. I used to get super intricate to a point where it got to a point where I was basically, you had to really think about my stuff and had to like, yo, what is he trying to say here? Da-da-da. And that was by design. I wanted to be overly intricate. I still go out of my way to say things differently. But once you get too intricate and you lose the audience, you can't, first of all, it's hard to get them back. And for two, it's hard for them to follow. Right? And J941 said Wayne wasn't always a punchline rapper. And it's a little tough to say Wayne is specifically a punchline rapper. I would have to think about that. Yes, he is, but I wouldn't say he's all the way. He's heavily, more so, yeah, he is. He is. Sosa said Wayne did swag rap first before he started punching bars and metaphors. But Wayne could write a song too without punches. So I don't know many fabulous songs without punchlines. Just gonna be honest. Sean can too. Sean can write a song. Sean has substance too. Sean has substance too. Right? And Flashburn said it right. Sean is so good, but he keeps putting his foot in his mouth. Chris Man said Wayne pre-Carter had no punchlines, bars. He had no bars or punchlines. He started sounding like New York rappers after he got around Dipset. He wanted to surpass Jay. He made a conscious, concerted effort around the Carter 2. He was going to everybody was saying Jay made classics, so he patterned himself after Jay-Z. That's a fact. Lupe wants to be a rapper's rapper, but hates the masses don't appreciate him enough. Bingo. He wants you guys to say to point to him as a rapper that is the top tier level, but the masses do not gravitate to him. When you start talking rap, somebody sooner or later going to get in the chat and shout Lupe. That's going to happen. But for the most part, when the conversation first starts, Lupe's name does not come out. And it may be because of those big records that people don't look at him that way. Speaking of big records, gang, I've been thinking about this for a couple days. I'm not going off numbers because I don't. This isn't about numbers. I think I heard that. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. Well, we already know Hibbity Bibbity and Maid of Honor, they was dead on arrival. We understand that. Iceman has some legs. Let's talk about Iceman because they told us that this guy was going to save hip-hop. He's going to save rap, right? Remember, Bag Fuel told us they can't wait till you get back outside. Matter of fact, that was the sentiment for a couple months. Before the rollout even happened, they was like, listen, when they come back outside, when he get back outside, when Iceman or whatever he drops, it's on and popping. We were told that. Remember, Academics told him to starve us out, right? Academics told Drake to starve us out. At one point, academics told us we don't deserve it. We don't deserve it. So Iceman dropped. It went #1. All 3 albums went #1. We had a bum rush. We had people licking ice, jumping on it, hitting it with blow torches, ice picks. We had that whole scenario where homeboy found the release date in the ice, right? Ran it up to the embassy. Drake looking out the window. Like the mom on what's that movie? Was it not the Bates Motel? What's the name of the real movie? Like Norman Bates' mom peeking out the window. Is that Psycho? He's looking out the window at homeboy. Homeboy's like, yo, fam. Yo, fam. Come outside, fam. Right? We had a whole thing. Jim Jones was telling us, everybody was telling us, when they come outside, you gonna see. The strip club's gonna be lit again, because apparently the strip clubs was closed. Right? All of New York was shut down. According to Bagfield, all of New York was shut down. Right? And we waited. And this was supposed to be the song and the album of the summer. Well, I don't know, guys. I don't know. Correct me in the chat, because you guys are up on stuff. I don't know. I know Iceman did get bumped from the #1 spot some time ago, which is whatever. You can't last forever. Crody, right? Latrice? Can't last forever. But I believe that the last bastion of relevance was Shebang and Janice. Guys, you got to remember, this all happened pretty quick. This thing dropped in May. Right? Oh, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry, CNI. I'm sorry. You're right. Only Iceman went #1. I'm bugging out. Hibbity Bibbity and Maid of Honor went 2 and 3 respectfully. Okay. You're right. Sorry. Don't say a word, brother. Sorry. So, when we were supposed to get this Iceman drop, we was only supposed to get 1. We got 3. Right? And I guess the strip clubs open back up again and all that, this, that, and the third. Well, it's July. Middle of the summer, gang. We're having conversations that it didn't even have one song of the summer on there. Yes, they gave Janice a hell of a look. Everybody was saying Janice STFU. And for a time it was good. But now they're saying that Young Miami, hands down, song of the summer. So much so that they're causing all kind of confusion and all kind of India Ari catching hell, because she's just standing up for sisters. Right? They giving Young Miami song of the summer. Spin that. Catchy song, catchy tune. Right? Catchy tune. We had several conversations. We've had 2 or 3 conversations about that particular record on the morning show, and India Irie and Trick Daddy and a whole lot of stuff. Luke Campbell, everything's a whole uproar, right? So Janice was supposed to be the record. I'm going to try to refresh my memory. I think he dropped 18 videos. Somebody again, correct me if I am wrong. He dropped 18 music. Gang, this all happened quickly. He dropped 3 albums, 18 videos, all at once. And that thing sput. You know how you light a sparkler on fire on 4th of July? Sparklers ain't what they used to be. You light them and they brighten real quick, and you start spinning them like this. And then it just starts to fizzle out. The sparkler's gone within seconds. It ain't even worth giving them to the kids no more. You give them to the kids, by the time the kid turn around and spin it twice, the damn thing about to burn out. And Main told, this is exactly where I'm going to go with this. I blame Drake. I blame Drake. They're so heavy on this streaming. They want the numbers. Where are your shows, performances? Where's your tour? Even interviews, where's that? You're not doing what it takes to give this album a fighting chance. You're not out here doing what you're doing. Chris Man said, I do hear shebang on a lot of Instagram posts, but nowhere near as much as Spin That. They have a thing where they're paying people to make those posts. You get paid to make those posts. And you might get paid to make it for Spin That too. But that's not the point. What I'm saying is, outside, there are a few cars here and there. Here and there, you may hear it go by you, and it's gone. It go back. You might hear a car here and there bumping something. And it's usually one of the two songs that they're saying are the hits. Right? But he dropped a very, to me, it's called Shock and Awe. He napalmed us with a bunch of music, 43 track, all this. It's napalm. He napalmed us. 18 music videos in like 2 days, dog. Please correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. That's going to fizzle out like a sparkler. He even did that West Coast record. Made a bunch of noise because DJ Head allegedly remixed it, took out the disses, right? Kept it, made it real funky, right? For everybody, anybody that wants to play it, there you go. But to me, I don't feel like this thing 2 months later is ruling the summer. I don't think it restored the feeling, and I don't think many people are playing it anymore. I'm just going to be honest. Purple Haze said, I'm in Atlanta. I've been here for 2 weeks. I've heard old Drake songs, but nothing else. People not dancing to this stuff. It's low energy. The place lights up with Spin That. That's another thing. It is low energy. It's too much retaliation and get back. I listened to it. I told you I was at that cookout. I cooked out a couple weeks ago. Right? Came outside. My daughter was out there with my grandbabies. And they were playing Drake. The big Drake fan. Drake family house. And I said, oh, this is what we doing? Okay, let me get the big speaker. I'm going to put the whole album on for you. You tell me what to play. If we playing Danny Gold, then it's Danny Gold. Whatever you guys playing, that's what we're gonna play. Right? If we playing the songs from Sing, we playing the songs from Sing. The boys love them songs. They love them records from Sing, the movie Sing. Whatever we doing, right? Whatever we playing, we gonna play it. So if it's Drake, it's Drake. So I put on Iceman, played the whole Iceman. I told you I wasn't going to hear it unless somebody had to cook. Unless I was at the cookout outside and somebody said put it on. So I put on the whole Iceman. The whole thing from beginning to end, right? And I'm listening to it, guys. And I'm like, this shit dark, dog. Like, if you really listen to it, it's dark. I'm like, he told us that a year ago. He said the album's going to be dark, guys. He told his fans that a year ago. He said, guys, bear with me. You haven't heard me this dark. And it ain't dark in the traditional dark. It's dark in the sense that it is a lot of reflecting on who did what to me and what I could and should do to them. Everything I listened to the whole thing. I told you. I listened to the whole thing. Even on the songs where he should be boogieing, partying. He's talking about dot and this, that. I'm like, gang, like, even when it's out of place, I get it. We gave him We gave him permission to do this. We all jammed the back to back. We jammed to it. So we gave him permission to do a radio record, but diss somebody at the same time. We gave him that permission. Let's just be honest. I get it. But it's dark. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, if I'm in a club, am I really reciting this in a club atmosphere? Shell said, even in London, they ain't bumping this. Jinxie said, I don't want to hear any of these songs while shopping. They're not shopping. They're not the Most Def, Target. Look at all these SKUs. These aren't those songs. These aren't those songs. Future Proof K said Luther was everywhere. Are y'all high this early in the AM? Purple Haze said no one's talking about the fall off in Iceman. I've heard or seen nothing. I have family who are Drake fans. They are not playing the stuff, and if they do, the energy is low. I believe that is the thing about it. It's low energy and it's dark. Not dark like Liquid Swords. Liquid Swords is the different kind of dark. Liquid Swords is some vigilante samurai shit. It's another level of MCing. That's not that kind of dark. Right? See, and I said, I'm sorry you had to go through that. I'm fine. I can handle it. Right? The record was dark. If I'm waiting on him for all this time and it comes back with something that dark, and I thought it was a lot of mobbish stuff, a lot of veiled threats. If you put that jacket on somebody, you end up in the coffin. Like a lot of veiled threats. I was like, oh boy, homeboy really in his feelings about this. And that's not sticking the landing. It's July. This thing should be a firecracker, right? It should be all this talk about Michael Jackson and this, that, and the third. Michael Jackson ruled the whole summers when he dropped. All up through winter and the next year. Michael Jackson lasted, but it was a different time. Different time. You had to physically go buy that Michael Jackson record, right? You had to walk to the mall and buy it. So you took it home very carefully. You walked home like you avoided puddles and everything else. You put that record on the phonograph and bang, right? It's like 4 songs on one side, 5 on the other, something like that, whatever it was. Thriller. Oh, yeah. Mike was different. And he had a lot of radio play. This one don't feel the same. It don't feel the same. And I'm sure the strippers have found something to pop to. But I don't think this saved the strip clubs like they thought it was going to do. Right? Beautiful Leo said Kendrick ruled the entire summer with one record. Not like us, went all through the summer, all through the winter. I feel like it's cold, gang. It's only been 2 months. It's already cold. But Dot was smart. Dot did a whole tour. He did a stadium tour. Now maybe let's give him benefit of doubt. Maybe they're setting up something, a tour, right? Maybe they're setting up a tour that's going to change the narrative, bring back all these records, right? But as of right now, July 8th, what did this thing drop? May 15th? It ain't even July 15th yet. It dropped May 15th. So you had June 15th and July. This thing feels like it's already old news. GNX went months. For one, he didn't blow his whole wad in 2 days. Dropping all these. I told you he napalmed us with mad videos. Right? How Nas say napalm bomb, chest, arm, neck, wrist gone. Like, he napalmed us. A tour that he won't complete like his mentor, Wayne. Drake should have hooked up with one producer like Just Blaze and top tier Ghost Rider like Saha. Damn. Maul, you doing it to him. He got a producer, Mo. His name is 40. And he doesn't need Psy. He doesn't need Psy because he writes his own raps now. Leave him alone. Right? Bing said, I think it was over by June 15th. And you're right. Forbes said the fall off fell off. Drake Iceman went cold. The fall off is in the same predicament. That thing did massive. The tour sold out. Didn't he already tour? Guys, tell me in the chat if J. Cole already toured. Or is he currently on tour? I'm sorry, I don't know. Somebody in the chat will know. Is Cole touring right now? Because I remember it sold out in like seconds. It sold out. Bang, bang, bang. Did it start yet or is it going to start? Right? Let me know if J. Cole is currently touring. Purple Haze said, not like us, rule summer of 2024. Luther and TV off, rule summer 25. Because he spread it out. He dropped them things very strategically. I had Thriller on vinyl, CD, and cassette. Me too. I had Purple Rain on vinyl, CD, and cassette. What are Drake's pure sales and all? The pure sales are really, they're not there. Right? They're not there. Okay, so Wendy said J. Cole tour starts this month. So, that could mean Drakey said it starts in the next couple months. That could mean that the fall off comes back into the zeitgeist. I don't know how, because I think most people have had their full of the fall off and they're not going to return to it. His fans they're going to return to it. Right? They're going to return to it. See, and I said, remember, he started his press run for the album late too. He dropped the album first, then went on the press run. Hayes said Cole tour would start at the end of the month. So at the end of July, Cole's going on. Now, I don't think he's going to resurrect the album. He may get some interest back in it. But they're not doing like back in the day, people would spread these singles out and spread these videos out. They would spread them out. Now it seems like, let me drop it all at once. It's like Netflix. Let me drop the whole series, drop the whole thing, bang. Same day, everything's out. Goodbye, good night, fellas. Go enjoy it. So, right? Downing said his tour didn't sell out. His tickets are selling for $35. I was under the impression that the shows had sold out. I didn't know. I don't know for sure. I was under the impression that J. Cole's tour sellout is relative because there's always going to be open seats. There's always going to be room for tickets. But sellout means when you sold out a high percentage of the venue. Right? So I don't know if J. Cole, it might be 80, 90% sold. So that means sold out. All right? Beautiful Leo right here this is the comment. This is the comment. And this is what we say. So they get caught up in these numbers. They get caught up on going on number one on Billboard. That is not the culture. It's nice. It's nice to go number one, to have that under your belt. It's nice. But that doesn't represent your status in this culture. We've been saying it for years. It's nice to say. It's nice for Jay-Z to say 6 summers. Like all, it's nice. Sounds great. But in longevity in the culture, when people start getting in these barbershop conversations, these street corner conversations in the culture, because the culture is from the streets, gang is never going to be from nowhere else. It's from the streets. When you start having these conversations on the streets about the culture that came from the streets, what are they saying? And I don't think that either one of those releases are getting flattered on the streets. And I know some dudes that's really about this hip hop life. And some of them did say, Iceman is a solid project, Challz. People I respect and trust. They said Iceman is a solid project. Fall Off is a solid project. They said that. But at the same time, that doesn't mean it's going to resonate for a long time, right? I'm here for a good time, not a long time, right? It don't mean that it's going to resonate on the streets. And it don't mean that it's going to resonate globally. I don't see either one of those albums resonating long term. I don't see people going on and on about the fall of, okay, in contrast, let's say this. The clips drop. Whether you loved it, hated it, this, that, and the third, everybody was talking about the clips. They were talking about their bars. They were talking about their videos. These guys were on the, I believe, didn't they perform at the Grammys? And didn't they perform at the Vatican? And every little thing they did, they did a pop-up. That thing was viral. Everything the clips did was moving the culture. And I did not run into anyone in real life. I was asking people, did you hear that clips? Let God sort them out. And 9 times out of 10, they said classic. I'm just going to be honest. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. They resonated with the culture. I'm not talking about the hate. It's some haters on Twitter that's going to, they don't even have to hear it and they're going to say it's trash. Somebody will get my comment right now and say trash. Dame Dash Film said, you just hating, nephew. Salute to Dame Dash Films. It's going to be solidified that the clips dropped the classic in the hood and everywhere else. Right? We had homegirl. What's her name? What's homegirl's name? She's not hood. Adult film girl. She was promoting the clips every day. What's her name? Gang, don't do this. You know this girl. She is not from the hood, and she was hyping this thing up every day. Right? So it wasn't just the hood saying that Let God Sort Them Out was a classic. Wasn't just the hood. I can't remember her name, but it was all kind of stars and actors. Let God Sort Them Out was a instant classic. It was undeniable, and the vibe was there. The culture was vibing to it. JID was on there. I mean, they was on JID's album. They was on his video. They won the Grammy with Dot. Dot was on there. And it's still, to this day, an amazing record. Right? Different kind of energy. Them boys were spitting, and I'm going to be honest. Right? That's who it was, Mia Khalifa. Mia Khalifa. She was promoting the clips. She ain't hood. She ain't out the streets. Everybody was promoting that album. You go listen to it now, sonically, it is still a masterpiece. It is culturally appropriate. I can put that album on for wifey, and she'll say, let it play the whole thing. Right? Hip-hop. Hip-hop. But the fall off felt different, and Iceman felt different. And I'm gonna be honest, when the clips, when they announced Malice was coming back, I was worried. I was like, does Malice still have it? Is Malice going to deliver? Does he understand the assignment? Right? Does he understand what's really going on out here? Pusha T is up against a lot of pressure right now. This Clips album cannot be trash. I was like, is Malice going to deliver? Malice more than delivered. Malice understood the assignment. It's like the guy never left. And some of you guys, I'm going to keep rebuking you. You keep saying that he outdid his brother Pusha. Right? I talked to one guy. He was like, of course he outdid Pusha. He the one that taught Pusha how to rap. Of course he going to outshine his brother. That's his little brother. He's big bro. Of course he going to outshine his little brother. I say they both equally did their thing. Equally. Pushing Malice delivered some of the best bars of the year. But it's okay. If you guys want to say Malice 8, it still go glory to both of them, right? Glory to God. Glory to they rest in peace to their moms and pops. The album is great. Pharrell, even though he said some wacky stuff this year, He didn't falter at all. That's some of the best production of the year, right? Beautiful Leo said Malice is in prime condition. CNI said Malice over-delivered. Always loved this flow. Malice made you love this album. Because Pusha T was already here. He was already top tier. Malice took it over. He put it over. It's like, as good as this thing going to get, you think this thing is a 10? Well, Malice going to notch it up to like a 12. Even when you thought they couldn't get no better, this Malice dude was coming. It's like mind-blowing shit you got to listen to 4 or 5 times. And there's a girl on Instagram. I love this girl. She breaks these lyrics down of all of the rap albums. And she broke down, I think, was it FICO, I think? It's a girl on Instagram. She does amazing work. She breaks down rap lyrics. She does these videos, and she tells you what type of bar they're saying on it. I love her videos. I don't know her name, right? Great record. Resonates with us, the culture, right? And Malice wasn't taking no prisoners on this thing, right? It's like index finger, go numb, squeeze the trigger to the end. It's just crazy, gang. But I say all that to say that I feel like we didn't get that from. I don't think Iceman is moving the culture like that, gang. And I know it's going to be some people that get upset with what I'm saying. They're going to say, but Challz, look at the numbers. It's still streaming high. It's doing a mill, da-da-da. They're going to come back at me with numbers. I'm going to say, step outside. Listen to the cars going down the street. I heard somebody banging clips the other day, right? I hear people banging old shit, Ice Cube old shit. And I understand, yes, it's going to be some people that are going to be playing. They're going to be playing Iceman. Salute the We Are Deciphered in the building. Cree Miles. Salute. Cree Miles. I love her work. It is fantastic. Fantastic. Her delivery, everything. She makes the songs better. Salute to Skip. We Are Deciphered. Appreciate you. CNI said, that's hip-hop too. People will say Malice did better than Push. What Push do? He ain't getting mad, jealous. He never does. He keeps pushing. This is how Pusha got to look at it. Before he get jealous, he going to say, that's my brother. I know his pen. Right? A lesser person will get jealous. He's like, that's my brother. I got undying love for him. And all that does is enhance the project. If you're going in there saying he did better than me, all that means is we as a unit are incredible. I ain't never seen two brothers love each other like these two dudes, gang. I'm just going to be honest. Right? What Tam say? Pharrell aggravated me during the Grammy performance. He made it about him. Let the Clips have their moment. Okay, Tam, slow down. I get it. But he's the third member of the Clips. What people don't realize, he's the third member. We got to start respecting him for that. He's the third member of the Clips. That's what he doesn't get credit for. He's the third member. So it's his moment too. I get what you're saying. I get it. But technically, Pharrell is the third member of the Clips. That's why they all dress alike. So it's technically his moment. All right? I'm going back on We Are Deciphered soon, too. So I'm going to get back. All right? Had a great time over there. I'm going to get back. And didn't Lupe jump on Skip's stream, too? I believe he did. All over the place. He was on 6-7 podcast. Right? All over the place. But Chris Man said he produced the whole album. So my whole point is with this Iceman thing. I don't feel, I'm going to be honest, no. Clips didn't do the numbers of an Iceman record. No, they didn't. Didn't do the numbers. No, not even a little, nowhere near it. What did Iceman do? 463. Clips did 130 something like that. Give or take 140. I don't know, something around that. Didn't do the numbers of Iceman. It's a fact. But the Clips presence was 10 times bigger than this Drake presence right now. Culturally and otherwise. No, they didn't do those numbers. But their presence was very massive in the culture. Everything they did, everything they wore, they were everywhere. They were doing everything. And the buzz was crazy for the clips. You can't quantify everything in streams. Let me read this super chat. Dave said, Iceman is cranking outside, Knicks parade, memes, social media, club bars everywhere. You can't ignore fam, not just numbers. Okay, so Dave G is contradicting that. He's saying no, it's outside, is everywhere. The Knicks parade, the memes, social media, club bars everywhere. Okay, so that's according to Dave. Me personally, I don't see it that way. It could be that I don't see it that way. You wouldn't have to tell me. You wouldn't have to need to explain it to me. Right? I would already be like, yo, it's out there. I didn't have no choice but to hear Not Like Us everywhere. I didn't have no choice but to hear TV off and all this stuff. Even when you wasn't paying attention, you didn't listen to it. I don't think Iceman is like that. I don't think that it's out there like that. Let me see what Wendy said. Baby, I'm in Houston, and that man's music isn't going up everywhere like that. I just heard Young Miami at the Dunkin' Donuts, the damn coffee shop. I'm just looking at the chat. So I hear you. Thank you for the super chat, Dave G. And maybe it was at the Knicks parade, right? And they do have memes. But it's only 2 months in, and it's already feeling like it's fizzling. It's already feeling like it's fizzling. Renee Brown, I was in Atlanta last week for the 4th, and I ain't hear Iceman nowhere. What Dave talking about? Dave, I believe that I'm on point with this one. I think it's some people playing it. It's a brand new album. It's going to get played here and there. But I don't think it's outside like they thought. And it didn't change hip-hop. Deadshot said, I never hear Drake fans talk about more than one song. Clips got at least 7 tracks constantly brought up. Gang, they made a hip-hop classic. Drake fans had to rally around one song. Janet's STFU. And Shebang got its own buzz on its own. But there ain't a lot going on with this record. Deadshot, that is a question for the Asians. Got to remember, people in NY love Drake. They love gang. They put their whole careers on the line. With a lot of the New York podcasters and streamers and YouTubers. Oh, man. Man, oh, man. For some reason, they love this guy. They love this guy. But like I was saying, he is not pushing it right. I get it that the streams is up. I get that he's still moving an exorbitant amount of streams. I didn't even say they're being botted. I didn't even say that. I'm going to leave that over there. Y'all can handle that conversation. But it's not a lot of people buying the stuff. And there's not a lot of people playing the stuff except for diehards. And I did see some diehards on Twitter saying, I don't want to keep playing this. I want to hear other stuff. Because they're being forced and demanded to keep streaming the stuff. And I saw some tweets that they're like, I want to play other things at this point. The tree said, I said about it. Right? Michael's bringing up how they changed those numbers from 1,500 to 1,000. See now, yo, Michael, you just going to spam us. There's a lot going on, right? If Michael's giving us problems, I don't know what Michael's doing. We got mods in here, though. Right? We got mods in here. Let me see. And why Drake's selling only 160 pure sales, but streams like 80K? Other albums with 80K equivalent streams have 2K or more in pure album sales. All right. So there's a lot going on, but I feel like Billboard claiming Drake is #1, but came up with that rule to get Luther off the chart. That's coming from Natrice, right? I feel like we're not feeling that vibe that was there before, that should be there for an album of this magnitude, for an artist that everyone was waiting for. I don't think it hit and saved hip hop like they said it was going to do. All right. Let me get to this next story, because this one's important. Jermaine Dupri is suing Sony for unpaid So Def royalties. Jermaine Dupri is coming for his shmoney. And I know a lot of you were on Jermaine Dupri's head over this crisscross situation, which I thought was a little unfair. I think some people were just reaching to just get him for anything. Right? I don't know if you guys know what happened over the summer with Jermaine Dupri. But some people were upset with his retelling of how he signed Crisscross. You got to understand, Gen Z is different, gang. They're different. They hear things that we did with a different ear, right? They hear things that we did with a different ear. And they heard Jermaine Dupri tell that story of how he signed Crisscross in the mall, right? And they heard it differently, right? Jermaine Dupri signed Crisscross. They were two kids in the mall. They were young kids, minors. They were very stylish, though. They couldn't rap a lick. They didn't know nothing about hip-hop or rap. Jermaine Dupri saw Crisscross in the mall walking. And he was like, them dudes have a look. They look very cool of what kids would grab. He was looking for, back in the day, they would try to find young groups to put into the music business and like the Jackson 5 and New Edition and New Kids on the Block. So they would take young talent and cultivate it. Jermaine Dupri saw these two kids walking through the mall. They had a very, very interesting look. So he went up to them and said, you guys rap? They were like, no, we don't do nothing like that. We don't have no musical talent whatsoever. He was like, I don't care about that. You guys look like you rap. So he went and he signed them and got them writers and wrote their stuff and made them into household names. He made them rich. But according to the contract, as the writer and producer, he got almost 100% of the royalties to a degree. They got something, but when you look back at it, the contract favored Jermaine Dupri. He took all the chances. Back then, that's how it was. Right? See, Renee Brown already getting them. He rolled up on them for their looks. See? It's different. It sounds different. It hits different. It hits different. It hits different now, okay? I understand, right? I know how it sounds. All right. But anyway, let me keep the story going. It sounds different in 2026. It sounds different. All right. So, God, you guys, man, listen, man. You guys are the problem, man. You the problem, man. So anyway, right? He signed them. He signed Crisscross, and he made them stars. I believe he made them millionaires, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. Y'all take that with a grain of salt. I know they made a lot of money. I don't know if they made millions. Rest in peace to one of the Crisscross artists. One of them, I believe, he passed away. Okay. But Jermaine Dupri made a lot of money for a lot of artists. A lot of money with So Def. Right? I'm not messing with you people this morning, man. So Jermaine Dupri went back, figured out all of the ways that Sony is missing in action with his money. Let me read this article. This is on Hot New Hip Hop by Aaron A. And then I got to get out of here. Jermaine Dupri sued Sony over $18 million for unpaid So Def royalties. All right. This is he said Daddy Mac was the one. Daddy Mac is the one that rest in peace. Daddy Mac. Serenity Musings. Daddy Mac passed away. Sony is facing a lawsuit over alleged misconduct. When we look at powerhouse record labels in hip hop and R&B, So Def certainly comes to mind. Jermaine Dupri established one of the most pivotal labels in the record industry in the early 1990s, releasing records from Bow Wow, Escape, Criss Cross, and more, like The Brat. The label entered an agreement with Sony Music Entertainment in May 1992. But since then, Jermaine Dupri claims they haven't properly paid out his royalties. According to Variety, Dupri filed a lawsuit against SME, accusing them of misconduct. He said that he first suspected that he didn't receive full royalty payments from the company 3 years ago. Attorneys for the producer claim SME practiced willful, deceitful actions designed to harm plaintiffs in their business through underreporting royalties and updating them retroactively, which impacted So Def. The lawsuit outlines So Def dealings with SME before its 2002 buyout. So Def initially signed a label agreement with Sony for releases from their artists before entering into a joint venture deal in 1997. All right, so it's a little bit convoluted, but he's saying that they already signed it, so it shouldn't be going that route. After his buyout, So Def went on to release albums from Bow Wow and Jagged Edge. Salute to Jagged Edge. Meet me at the altar in your white dress, right? Through deals with other companies, including Arista, UMG, and EMI. The lawsuit provides a lengthy look at the royalties allegedly owed to Dupri from Sony Music. This includes over $1 million unpaid producer royalties for Da Brat's Funkdafied, another $960,000 for Escape's Hummin' Coming At Ya. In addition to that, there's the alleged underreported royalties connected to Mariah Carey, Bow Wow, Usher, Jaquan, everybody in the club get tipsy, and more. Plus, Dupri claims that he's owed $10 million in interest for unpaid royalties connected to other artists that he's worked with. There's that word, interest. He wants $10 million in interest, gang. We will keep you posted on any updates surrounding Jermaine Dupri's lawsuit against Sony Music. So that is a lot of money. So it sounds like he wants they owe him $8 million, and he's charging $10 million of interest. That's what it sounds like, right? That's what it sounds like. Hailey said people are really slow. He didn't say he was attracted to the kids. He said they look cool, gang. That's the crucial part. He was walking through the mall. He wasn't looking for kids. He saw them too. They had a unique look. He said, "You guys rap?" They said no. He said, "Okay, I'm gonna sign you. We're gonna make you into rappers." He wrote their raps. He made their music and beats. He didn't do none foul to him, gang. Okay. And Jermaine was a kid himself. Y'all gotta remember that. It wasn't this old ass man going after kids. Jermaine was young himself, gang. Gotta understand. Jermaine was a prodigy. Jermaine was a child producer. Jermaine been in the music business since he was like 13, 11. So he wasn't like this old man walking up to kids. You gotta understand that part. Gotta understand that part. All right. So let's keep everything in the focus. Let's keep everything in the focus. All right. Homebody said his dad was a hit maker in the industry and he taught JD. Stop playing with him. So listen, So Def was owed money by Sony, and that's that. I'm gonna keep this pushing. We running out of time. We almost done with the morning show. Thank you for watching the morning show. Last story. Big Tigger's wife. This story's getting crazier and crazier by the minute, gang. I don't know what's going on with Big Tigger. I did see them wrestling over his phone. He's trying to get his phone back. I heard her screaming. I think I heard her son telling Mr. Tigger to get off of her. I don't know the ins and outs of the story. I'm just following the story as it goes. You guys can tell me what you think about this, but Big Tigger is a legend in the broadcasting industry. The updates on this Big Tigger story, right? The updates on this Big Tigger story is that now his wife has been arrested for an alleged kidnapping or something like that. Where did the story go? Okay. Big Tigger's wife, Alicia Brown, has been arrested over an outstanding kidnapping warrant. This article is on hotnewhiphop.com. In a new report from TMZ, it's been revealed that Alicia Brown was arrested in Georgia on a kidnapping warrant in Maryland. Just a couple weeks after Big Tigger was arrested for battery and child cruelty, his wife Alicia Brown has been arrested as well. It's due to a kidnapping-related warrant. The Hart County Sheriff's Office told the outlet that Brown was subjected to a felony traffic stop on Interstate 85, and due to an outstanding warrant in the state of Maryland, Brown was arrested. There were two children in the car at the time of the arrest, including the child Brown shares with Big Tigger. As per TMZ, these outstanding warrants are from an alleged incident that occurred in 2019. She was tied to the alleged disappearance of a 10-year-old, and she has since been charged with felony interference with child custody and will be extradited to Maryland. The news comes just after hours of footage of Big Tigger and Alicia Brown that hit the internet that shows the radio host and his wife wrestling on the ground, attempting to get his phone back. Big Tigger denies all of that stuff. He says, for as long as I've been in the industry, my focus has always been to keep the spotlight on the culture and the incredible people I get to interview. But right now, my personal life is in the public eye and has become the subject of overwhelming speculation and misinformation. Through all of this, what hurts the most is being away from my son. Nothing is more important to me than being a great father, so I've decided to step away from the mic, right? Thank you for your love and support, but I unequivocally deny every allegation. So that is the update on Big Tigger. Hopefully they come to a peaceful resolution and things are settled amicably, and whatever has to happen in the eyes of the law is done, right? On that note, gang, I appreciate you watching another episode. I have not missed one yet. It's going to happen. I'm actually going to take a week off at some point. At some point, I'm taking a whole week off. You're not going to see me at all. But right now, I think I'm 4 weeks straight. I ain't missed a morning yet, even though I came close. I started some 11:30, right? End of the day, thank you for watching This, That, and the Third. Head on over to black-yeti.com. Let them know who sent you. They ship all over the continental U.S. All right? Also, I got the down in my links, I have affiliate links. I got Temu down there. If you shop your Temu, do it through my link. All right? And I got a Patreon. You can sign up on my Patreon for free. Let me know. All right? This, That, and the Third. And I'm coming back later with some more videos. This, That, and the Third. All right? I appreciate you, Miss Hummus, Forbes, Poet, Neen, Rigo, Couch Potatoes, Bing, Tom, Homebody, Poison Ivy. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you, Renee, for the jewels. Guys, I'm out. I'm going to catch y'all on that flip side. Peace.
I need the whole left side. Every seat by the window. I need the whole back of the bus. Everybody, move over. You too. Slide your feet over. Everything by this window. I need this. All these seats. Move over. Thank you. Excuse me. Thank you. Look. He deserve it, he got, he hot, colored like a peacock. Idiot, slapper, scrapper, mad rapper, D-dot. Bad dopper, clapper, bad rapper. 3 shots, leap the weapon, leap the injections through off your T-top. JFK smiling down through the treetops. Like hold your head, my nigga, wait for the beat drop. Old niggas wagging fingers like it's bebop. Cowboys and girls whistling world like it's teapots. My pen to make your arm heavy G-shot. While your mom trolling